Hi, I'm Bill MacPhee, CEO of MacPhee Media Inc., your partner in mental wellness. Welcome to today's video blog. Today I had a question from Angelina, and previously in the last week or so, I think I did a video blog and was talking about negative and positive symptoms again. And when I talked about the positive symptoms, I mentioned that things like um, hearing voices or being paranoid, um, having acute sense of smell, of hearing. All our senses are heightened. We may hear voices. We may think that we can read other people's mind or they can read our mind, and different things like that. The things that are added to our personality that shouldn't be there. The voices and the paranoia, all those things, hallucinations, illusions, delusions. Those are known as positive symptoms. And I mentioned that in the video blog, and I had a question from Angelina, and Angelina was wondering, she was kind of concerned and saying when I mentioned about people reading minds, and she asked me if I think that people can read minds, if people can read other people's minds. And that was kind of Angelina's question. She kind of is hung up on that a little bit. And Angelina, what I want to tell you is that no, it is basically impossible for anybody to read another person's mind. And I think that when you have those kind of thoughts or those ideas, that is basically relating back to your delusion when you were ill. And I think in saying that nobody can read other people's minds, I want to explain something a little bit and what happens about that. For example, um, if we're together, say, for example, me and my wife or something like that, if we're out for a drive or something. I mean, what happened? We had the family out for a drive the other day, and all of a sudden, we went through this country road, and all of a sudden there was a big stink of animal manure in the field. And almost instantaneously, the four of us in the car went, ooh, what a smell, sort of thing, and commented on that. Well, you see, that we didn't know that we're all going to say that at the same time, or that we read each other's mind or anything like that. What that was caused by the environment. There was an environmental condition that triggered our senses. And a lot of times, when for example, say you're with somebody and something happens, and you say the exact same thing at the same time, and nobody in that situation, again, nobody read your mind or knew what you were thinking, but it just so happened that we spit it out, our thoughts, and our sentence was going to be the same. Or you've heard of the situations where people or couples have been uh, married for so long and have lived for so long together that they're finishing each other's sentences and things like that when they're socializing. And when that happens, nobody is reading your mind and nobody is reading their mind at all. It just happens that it's the environment or the stimuli or the certain senses that trigger our thoughts and our words that may seem like somebody is reading our mind. Now, the only person who has ever, accused of reading somebody's mind or thought that they could, I don't know if you remember this or not, but there was a show called The Amazing Kreskin. And this Kreskin guy was kind of he considered himself what he called a mentalist. Well, he would do amazing things. I mean, I can remember when I was a kid watching The Amazing Kreskin, wondering how he did it. How could he do all these card tricks of memory and understanding what people are thinking, everything like that. Well, before too long, it was thought that he admitted that he was a fraud and that basically people on his show and people that he was supposed to read their minds were people that who were paid off and part of the show, and so it was a big fraud. So, anyways, Angelina, I just want to encourage you and tell you that nobody can read your mind, or you can't read anybody else's mind, and nobody else can read your mind. It's very important to realize that. The only person in history, or somebody even in the present, that could ever read your mind would be the God Almighty Himself, or Jesus Christ, when He was on earth, and who was fully human and fully God. But other than that, Angelina, I just want to make sure that you know that nobody can read your mind. And so I want you to try to get out of that thought and thinking of that. And what happens is when we don't have structure in our life, that sometimes we dwell on our psychosis, we dwell on our past, and we bring these things up, and we can't seem to get those thoughts out of our mind. But Angelina, I just want to again tell you that nobody can read your mind. So if you got a question for me, just email me at bmcphee@magpiemags.com or go to our website, mentalwellnesstoday.com. Thank you for tuning into this video blog, and we truly want to be your partner in mental wellness. Have a great day.